Hello everyone, your favorite night owl here, out on this unfortunately sunny day, with his Savage 11 Scout. Talk about fundamentals of rifle training, part of a series, Riflery 101. Originally it was just supposed to consist of 2 videos, but it has expanded, and will include a couple others, which will be upcoming. Alrighty then, before we get started, like, share, and subscribe. Check out the link below to my Subscribestar account for a $2 a month donation. Help a small creator out. Alrighty then. The video will be broken down into Know Your Rifle, Know Yourself, and Safety, which is what we will start with. Followed by a quick news flash at the end of the video. Alrighty then, let's get on with it, shall we? Let's start with safety. First bit, muzzle discipline. Whenever you are holding any firearm, whether it be a rifle, handgun, shotgun, or whatever you got, we have here the muzzle. This particular end should not be pointed at anyone you don't intend to use it on. Let's move on back here. Know where your rifle's safety is. And that'd be for the Savage 11 Scout right back here, behind the bolt whenever it's inserted. Also, make sure the rifle is unloaded. Nothing in there, magazine's not inserted, and clearly the bolt is removed. Alrighty then. Now, there are circumstances when you're out hunting you may find yourself needing or wanting to have a magazine inserted, or if you are using a bolt gun that feeds from the top only, you may want to have the magazine topped off. However, an added way to ensure safe handling whenever you do so would be to put your thumb in between the bolt and the action closing while you're carrying it, or another finger. Oh dear, my allergies are out today. And look, my assistant's back. She's like, why are you bothering me? Alrighty then. Now, for whatever reason, you need to operate this rifle with a round chambered, which should be under rare circumstances. I don't know your particular background. Always make sure it isn't safe. Alright, if it is on safe, you should be good. And your finger should never be in that trigger guard unless you intend to pull it. Alrighty then. Safe storage, before we get going, is, if you have small children in the house, make sure the rifle or other firearm is away from where those small children can access those firearms unsupervised. Let's move on. Know your rifle. Know what features it has and how they add or subtract from the rifle's usage. And most importantly, do I feel comfortable with my rifle, or in this case, or in case of yourself, your rifle, feel comfortable using it in a defensive situation or hunting, depending on what you're going for. Well, in my particular case, it would be, yes, I do feel comfortable using this. So, let's move up here to that muzzle brake. That muzzle brake is great for whenever this rifle is being used outdoors, as it reduces the recoil 308. I, however, do not consider 308 to be particularly strong recoiling, even without that muzzle brake. However, indoors, that muzzle brake might want to give you pause before using it. Also, always use a hearing device so that you don't lose your hearing over time. Alrighty then. Earmuffs, earplugs, both at the same time, it depends. Especially when you're indoors. So for home defense, I'd feel less comfortable because of that muzzle brake. However, in property defense, where I'll be mostly outdoors, it's just fine for me. The optics. We have here A forward-mounted optic and auxiliary iron sights. The forward-mounted optic makes it easier to shoot with both eyes open and keep situational awareness. Auxiliary iron sights give a good backup. With this optic, I wouldn't take it out past, I'd say, 300-400 yards. Although 500-600 in an emergency. Not sure what emergency you'd be in to need that, but whatever. I don't know your particular story. With these iron sights, I would not take it out past 200-300 yards. Although 400 or 500 yards is doable. Although I don't know what particular circumstances you would need that. That all comes down to one's own experiences. Alrighty then. Know your magazine. We have here a supposedly 10-round magazine that I have never bought one of these for this rifle that will feed correctly with 10 rounds, although it will feed correctly with 9. So I always know to load 9. Alrighty then. So, also know how they insert. This rocks forward like an M14, although other rifles just simply insert, and others rock back like an AK. And there are a number of bolt guns and other rifles in the market you still have to simply manually load one by one into the magazine, which is permanently affixed to the rifle. This is quicker, that's why I like it. Know your bolt. This is a very smooth running bolt, so that wasn't an issue for me. However, people who are not used to running a bolt quickly have a habit of short stroking that bolt. Every now and again. I don't see it all the time, but it does occur. That's where you don't pull it back far enough in order to feed the next round correctly. Know your trigger. Your trigger weight is very important to precision. With this particular trigger, I'd say I particularly like it. It's suitable for my interests, and it hasn't affected me at all. If you have an adjustable cheek piece at all, this particular cheek piece I have adjusted to be right in between the iron sights and the optic in its viability, so I can use both rather comfortably. However, it's not particularly perfect for either or. I have my length of pull adjusted with this adjustable length of pull, one of the reasons why I appreciate this rifle, to what I needed, and the recoil pad does help. Let's move on up. Know your rifle safety. It's a 3-position safety on this rifle, but some are only 2. This has ready to fire. Its first safety position allows you to manipulate the bolt still, so if you have to manually unload for whatever reason, you can, and the rifle will still stay safe. However, you can push forward completely to its second safe position, in which effectively the bolt locks and the trigger locks, so thus by double save. Although my favorite way to do it with this rifle is I put it to the first safe position, I keep the bolt open and a finger in the way. Just remember to remove your finger before you try to cycle that bolt. It will not go very well. I've seen it happen to people. With the sling, some of the more advanced positions aren't the best. Now, more advanced shooting positions aren't the best. That goes into know yourself. What shooting positions do I feel most comfortable in? Also, how often can I go into those positions? How quick, proficiently can I bring the rifle into battery in those positions? And on top of that, how long can I stay in position? Alright, proficiency means speed and efficiency. If you focus in on efficiency, speed comes with time. However, just because you're fast doesn't mean you're efficient. Alrighty then. Make sure to know what kind of drills your rifle is particularly suited for. And, well, that does take into account your range may not support the drills you want to use. Also, on top of that, you might not have the property for certain drills. So take that into account when planning to do drills. Also, how often can I do those drills? Or in this case, yourself. And for how long can they be done? How many times in a row can I do them before I'm just too exhausted to continue? Drilling is very important, especially 10-yard failure drills, in my opinion, and bringing the rifle drills to bring the rifle battery, where you get into position, you bring the rifle and the battery, and you cycle the bolt so that there is a round loaded and ready to go. That is up to the individual to get better at. And it does help with time, and also if you're just simply doing bolt cycling and shooting positions, you don't need much space for that. Cool beans, cool beans. Alright, on to channel news, because that pretty much covers that. Also, before I almost forgot, do I feel comfortable using this rifle in a defensive situation? Yes. You should always ask yourself that after both sections of Know Yourself, Know Your Rifle. Before we get started, check out the link below to my Subscribestar account. Help a small creator out, especially if you like the content. Or if you don't like the content, it's up to you. Alright. Like, share, and subscribe. I will be continually upload streams to my YouTube account. My gaming videos will be limited to streams from now on, with occasional shorter video. Alrighty then. These IRL, there are more walk and talk videos on the way, but these IRL tabletop videos will continue, including the series on Riflery 101. Thank you for your time, and I guess I'll see everyone around.